Welcome back to my channel, Virgo, and today we'll be diving into the month of November 2021. For anyone with a sun, moon, or rising sign in the sign of Virgo, this reading is for you. So without further ado, let's tune into tarot for the month ahead. Should I go with this look or this look or this look? It's kind of cold. We're talking about November, the scans, right? Maybe not. Little too much. Okay, we'll go with the hat. No. Okay, Virgo, so for the energy of the recent past, it looks like we've experienced the energy of the Three of Swords. So this often will suggest a heartbreak of some kind, often in a relationship. So a romantic relationship may have dissolved recently, or you may have had some issue that surfaced that caused some heartbreak or pain or emotional turmoil of some kind. The Three of Swords can also suggest a third party may be present. So there might be someone else in the picture that you discovered, or someone that you're dating on the side surface. So that information may have come to light, or it even could present just a third circumstance, a third situation that is requiring a lot of attention and energy right now from either you or your partner, where maybe your career is really a big part of your life, and so you're having to put a lot of time and effort and energy into your career, and that's kind of taking away from the relationship. And you may be more focused on your career at this time, which is sort of creating this third party, or you may be traveling for work right now, or just having to devote your time to something other than your relationship. And so it's sort of draining the relationship, possibly for some of us. And this is the energy of our recent past. Now, this might not have to do with relationships. It can surface in your family dynamics, or it could show up in your friendships or within a work environment. Like maybe someone recently left your work, an employee, somebody quit or was fired or let go for some reason, or there's some kind of shift within your workspace that creates some pain or heartache or emotional turmoil. And that's the energy that we're leaving from our recent past. And what we're entering into in this first week of November is the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And this is suggesting that something we've been putting a lot of energy and effort into is not amounting or growing or evolving in the way that we had anticipated. So we're not getting a return on our investments. This could show up certainly in our stocks or other financial investments that are just not showing us a return. Or I like to look at this card as possibly a situation or opportunity to tweak the way we approach our creative endeavors or our side hustles, or some kind of side project that we're working on that often we will work on as a means of making more money. So a side hustle, or in your career, and if you have your own business, maybe there's a way to change your approach or tweak something within the business that allows it to be more appealing to your customer or client base. It's sort of suggesting that whatever you've been doing, if you've been repeating the same thing, it doesn't seem to be creating the appeal or the response within your community or your fan base that you want to see or would be ideal. So maybe there's a way to reapproach things. For example, if you're a YouTube content creator and your videos are not getting enough views, then perhaps changing the way you record your videos, or maybe change up the environment that you record your videos, like change the scene in some way, or look at what topics are trending right now and try to create a video that can kind of play off the trending topics versus what you've been doing that obviously is not really gaining a lot of traction in your fan base or in your tribe or your community or your fans or subscribers. So there are some things to look at as far as how you're approaching your business or your creative endeavors or other ways of making money that might be worth experimenting with right now. Or it could have to do with mindset as well. Perhaps you're just questioning whether you are good enough, or whether you have it in you to make it to the point that you would like to, make it to the next level, or to kind of increase your production value in some way, or step into a role or a position at work that you've been striving for, or kind of work your way up in a career or in your workplace, in your corporation. It's almost like a ladder. It's like there are ways of accelerating or advancing within your workspace, or whatever field you're working in right now, or area of your life that this card may apply to within your relationship. Maybe you want to take your relationship to the next level, but for some reason there's just kind of this energy of plateauing or slowing or stagnancy. It's not growing or deepening or expanding and evolving in the way that you'd like it to. And why is that? And is there a way to look at things in a new way? Maybe it's saying you need to try up some new, sexual positions, or incorporate some new toys in your escapades, or go on some new adventures like a road trip, or do activities that you don't normally do. It's like, try something new is what I'm kind of getting with this card. In the second week of November, we do have the King of Cups reversed. So this is suggesting possible sadness, emotional turmoil. Again, it could, I often will see this as an emotional meltdown in some way. But let's see, the King of Cups reversed, this could indicate that you're extra sensitive, extra irritable even, or you're lacking in creative drive, or you're feeling creatively blocked in some way. You may not feel very loving in this week. And like I said, just kind of closed off or separate. Maybe you're bummed out because your YouTube channel is not gaining many new subscribers, or something at work, like I said, maybe an employee left, or someone was quit, or there's some kind of drama at work that's creating some sadness within you, or in your relationship, if there was a relationship that dissolved, or you're having issues within your relationship, maybe you're feeling sadness from that. Any number of things can create, some emotional upset or turmoil. The King of Cups reversed can indicate a water sign, so Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. And so if you're in a relationship with someone of those signs, perhaps this is an indication that they are leaving, or they're upset. Maybe your partner is just having a hard time right now and is very closed off from you and not very open to love and connection. So, you kind of have to tread lightly if that is the case. But let's see what else is coming in. The third week of November, we've got the Ace of Cups reversed, which is again suggesting that we may be devoid of love and open connection or creative expression. You may be feeling creatively blocked. This is the aces indicates a new start or new beginning. So in the reverse position, it's suggesting that this is probably not a good time to start anything new, especially in the realm of love or relationships or creative expression. So don't maybe launch that new Etsy site this third week of November. I do know there is an eclipse coming in this third week on November 19th. The eclipse it's a lunar eclipse in Taurus. And so that puts the eclipse in, Virgo, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So that's in your 9th house of higher learning and spirituality, I want to say. So that's usually a lunar eclipse will bring closures or a cycle to an end, which can also bring new beginnings as well. But it's just saying that maybe this is not the best time to start something new, because the lunar eclipse can the eclipse time can be very dramatic. Okay, so this is making sense. An eclipse can make things emotional and dramatic. It's like a full moon on steroids kind of deal. So heed that warning, and just know that you might be a little more sensitive and not fully able to access your creative expression or your creative drive. And so don't try to force anything in that realm. If you're not up to recording YouTube videos, kind of let it go. Maybe try to do it the first part of November or the last part of November. In this last week of November, though, we do have the 5 of Cups, which is a card indicating an emotional problemo. You've got these 3 cups that are spilled here on the card. It looks like spilled blood, but let's just say it's wine. Okay, so it's like you've got these 3 cups that have spilled. You've got this emotional mess at your feet. This card often will indicate that you have an emotional mess to clean up, or it will indicate that you're dwelling in the past. You're focusing on the past and what was, and you're not able to move on to the brighter future that awaits, because in the background you have this castle, and then there's this bridge kind of connecting one bank of the river to the other side. Cross over to that castle that is illuminated, and it indicates a brighter future that awaits. And you have these 2 cups behind you, which is suggesting that the 2 of Cups is actually a card of love and cooperation and bliss and harmony and reciprocal exchange, reciprocated feelings and emotion. So there is, again, a brighter future that awaits. You still have these 2 cups that are there. So you can heal whatever emotional upset has transpired over this month, or whatever relationship situations you may be trying to work out right now. It looks like you can work those things out, or you can find a partner that does share in the type of love that you want to generate and cultivate with someone. There is hope. There is a brighter future, but right now you're really focused on the past. You may be stuck in a past relationship, or thinking about a past relationship, or you're kind of closed off to the success and the advancement that you can achieve, because you're really focused on kind of what's already occurred and kind of stuck in the past is what it's looking like. It's also interesting, the last week of November is Thanksgiving. And so maybe you are feeling like you're closed off or separated from your family. You're not able to connect in the way that you would like, perhaps due to the current global events that are unfolding. So yeah, you're maybe feeling a little down, it looks like, in this last part of November, or kind of throughout November. It looks like a little bit of a depressing month for our Virgos. I apologize, but you know, all these cards, I will say, are temporary energies. There's no major arcana. They're all minor arcanas, which indicates that they're a temporary, transient energy. So you will get through this, and try not to rush things too much. It's almost like let the universe dictate the pace of your growth. Trust in what the universe is allowing you to access, but also don't close yourself off from the opportunities that are all around you. So there's sort of a fine line. It's like trusting in the universe, but also not getting too complacent. You do want to kind of push and strive and see a brighter future. But at the same time, you also want to be aligned and sensitive and attuned to what the universe is sort of dictating to you as well. But I am getting the strong message that there's a way to approach either your relationships or your creative endeavors or your career or whatever area of your life you're focused on right now that is different than what you've been doing. It's like what you've been doing is not really working to your benefit as much as something new might, if you were to implement it or experiment with it. So try to have an experimenter's mindset this month and see what happens, and don't be too hard on yourself. We're all just constantly in a process of learning and exploring, and so just trust in that exploration this month. And then the final words of wisdom from Oracle, we've got Netcaster, and this says, preparations come to fruition. This has to do with themes of a surprise and a result beyond expectations. The Netcaster arrives to tell you to stop praying for the fish. The fish is also Pisces, by the way. Let's just go with that. They have arrived, and it's time that you cast your net, lest they swim away. Everything that you long for is within reach, but it has been so long since your prayers were answered that you have forgotten how to receive what is being offered to you. Put down the prayer beads and open your arms and your heart to rewards beyond measure. Cast your net. Take the next step that you have been planning for so long. Remember that the fish wait for no one. So time is of the essence. Heaven and earth are in perfect alignment for your victory. The stars are positioned for success. The only one who can spoil the perfection of the moment is you. If you ask, do I really deserve this? You will sabotage the magic and shatter the crystalline flawlessness of the now. The netcaster can also arrive to bring you bad news, to tell you that you have been snared in someone's trap and must wriggle free. Right now, it feels comfortable enough, even as the net begins to tighten around you. Do not wait until it is suffocating you before realizing you must escape and run for your life. It is still early enough to exit gracefully. Bide your time until all the conditions are right. Go to your place of stillness, of deep quiet, and watch for the signs that a new opportunity has arrived. Right now, you are patient because you feel that things will go your way. Learn to be patient with the people and situations that are more challenging. I'm kind of getting mixed messages with this description here because on one hand, it's saying, you know, the fish doesn't wait for anyone, so time is of the essence. But at the other page, it says, bide your time until all the conditions are right. So I think it's really saying is just trust your own intuition and trust the universe. Like I said, is kind of dictating the pace of your efforts and your prosperity. But I do still think this is a great time to experiment and explore some new avenues or new approaches to your business or your creative expression. And that whatever is the right fit for you out of those experiments that you run this month, if it's a right fit, you will see success and you will know that it's something to pursue further. But experimenting this month is definitely worth your while. So try something new, and except for in this third month of November with the eclipse, maybe shy away from that particular week because it's going to be a little bit dramatic and chaotic. But Virgo, I hope you found that helpful and insightful for your month ahead. If so, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your Virgo friends, comment below, let me know how your month unfolds, subscribe to my channel if you have not done so, and only if you have not done so. If you've already subscribed, then don't click the subscribe button. But I will check in with you guys next month. Take care.